loving that little bit of room outside off stump. That time Arnold managing to get onto it. He really did strike it in the middle of the bat. That's his first four.
That's a lovely shot by Arnold. That's width that counts. And like Tony, what you were saying earlier, picking the gaps. It's one thing getting a short delivery, but it's another thing depositing it in those gaps. And Arnold does just that. Ball was there to be hit, but he hits it late and gets the gap.
Well, there's another example of the gap shot beautifully, right up on his toes. Russel Arnold, perhaps it's going to be his day today. Very, very good shot. At the end of the over, it's 40 for 4.
A lovely shot by Russel Arnold, 2 consecutive boundaries, the 5th and 6th deliveries of that over. The last shot in particular was a good one, where he got on his toes and picked the extra cover gap for 4.
Well, they've got to score it over 5 and over to win. They've got 6 wickets in hand. It'll be a really good effort if they get there. This was that 4 again. Beautifully played. Notice how he got on his toes there. Try to keep the ball down, which he did. Just watch him come up on his toes. Very well played. Beautiful shot. They've already put on 73. Oh, and that's into the gap. Not quite off the middle of the bat though. It'll probably be cut off. Will they be looking for 3? Well, certainly Marvin's just a little bit slow there. Arnold was almost lapping him. So the end of another over. Good one for Sri Lanka. 103 for 4.
This one's shot and pulled away. And didn't require a misfield to find the boundary. New Zealand erring once again. The saddles hit flat and hard. The problem here was the man at deep mid-wicket wasn't sure if the ball will carry to him all the way, so he made the initial charge. And the ball just ricocheting off his hands and finding the boundary. So welcome boundary here for Sri Lanka. For the context of this match. Cut away, poor delivery from Harris. He has gone far too short for the occasion. And that is a welcome for the opening delivery of the last 10 overs. Goes to the boundary.
Not a big crowd in today, but those who are here, they thoroughly enjoyed that stroke from Russel Arnold. Short, he had plenty of time to put it back with a point. The ball didn't race away and the fielder gave chase, but just failed to stop it. Of course, has been there for quite some time. He must be seeing it like a football.
Well, that's a mistake. Poor mistake. Whether Matthew simply didn't pick it up, but it went straight through him and straight to the fence for 4. 10 from the over. 182 for 5.
So a perfect over for the Sri Lankans. 10 runs off that over. 1 edged boundary, and then the last delivery, a full toss, and Arnold really whacked it. He had enough room to swing his arms, and Matthew Sinclair, perhaps the only blemish.
They'd never forgive themselves. They're right on track to win now. On strike, Russel Arnold smashing it down the ground. Oh, well played. Nonchalantly taking this match away from New Zealand. Have a look at Dav Watmore there.
You can't see a bigger smile than that. Dav Watmore probably realizing that he's won the match. There's no ifs and buts now. Over the top of mid-off. Away she goes.
Right, the score's a level. 1 to win. This Kiwis all coming in to save the single now. But I suspect the Kiwis thought they had a great chance, 236, but today was Russel Arnold's day, and he got some great support at the end.
Yes, full marks to the Sri Lankans over there. They gel together as a very cohesive unit, complement each other, and
So the partnerships, well, that tells the story, doesn't it? Adapatu and Arnold, Pereira and Arnold, and that was the end of that. Certainly Mills there, 2 for 32, got the figures. But I can tell you that New Zealand will be disappointed today that they weren't, especially having that start, that they weren't able to roll this Sri Lankan team. Of the Sri Lankan team. Right, the Man of the Match award. Well, it wasn't that difficult. At the end of the day, Suresh Pereira put us under a little bit of pressure, but we decided up in the commentary box, that is the WSG Nimbus commentary team, that our Man of the Match was Russel Arnold. So Russell, if you could come up, please. $500 US. And the presentation of those $500 US is going to be made by Mr. Kirti Adasuria, the General Manager, Coca-Cola Beverages, Sri Lanka Limited. Well batted, Russell. I tell you what, that was the corner of the day. Well, you would have enjoyed that as much as you've ever enjoyed a knock, I bet.
I could say that's been my best.
What about the support you got? First of all, you had a tremendous partnership to get the ship back on track. That was very important.
Well, actually, I was supporting the main guys. Suresh played brilliantly, and before that, Marvin batted really well to get us on track. And I just had to keep chipping in, and once Marvin got out, I had to bat through, and it worked out pretty well.
You enjoy every aspect of the game, don't you? You obviously enjoy your bowling and your fielding as well, because you set some high standards there.
Well, it's all about enjoying. There's no point being here.
Right, and what about Suresh Pereira at the end there, getting his half century? That was a pretty special moment today.
That was really special because we had a long way to go, and he made it really easy out there, and he was enjoying it himself, and it was really nice to be there with him when he did get it.
Right, well, there's always a lot of pleasure associated with a fight back, and you were involved in that one today. Congratulations and very well played.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
Right, well, a fantastic performance by Russel Arnold and his colleagues. I think the most important thing was that we saw a great game of cricket as well. So well done to both sides, and folks, thank you very much for your participation today. And don't forget the next match. The next match, of course, being the Sri Lankans. I think that the Sri Lankans are involved with India, but and we'd like to see a big crowd involved in that one.